Looking at your senior England career, you made your debut 2 years ago now. You got your first goals last October, a hat-trick, no less. Kind of how do you look back on this journey? And now you're facing home Euros. How do you look back on that kind of whirlwind of a journey?
Yeah, I think obviously was really fortunate enough to have got a call up originally actually under Phil, and then kind of struggled a little bit with injuries my first season at Manchester United, but now being back in and around it, it's great. I love representing my country and being with all the girls and just testing myself against the best talent in the country. So I think it's great and I'm learning a lot and I'm looking to improve much more.
Sure, and that injury as well, it kept you out for a while, but you've come back in flying form this season. Do you feel you're back to your best?
I mean, I don't think I'll ever say I'm at my best. There's still loads of things I want to work on and achieve and things like that, but I'm enjoying my football, and I think when I enjoy my football, I play my best. So I think, yeah, I'm happy and I'm loving playing the game again and being in and around the squads and just getting better every day.
I was out in Poland the other week watching the latest crop of under-17s, and I looked at my phone and there you were banging in the goals at Old Trafford. And then I was thinking back that it wasn't so long ago really that you were in the under-17s, and you come through with quite a good group of players from that crop. Does it make this experience all the much better being together?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so nice to have grown up with a lot of the girls here and the likes of Ella and Lotta and Ellie and Stanway. I think we had such a great group growing up and we've made amazing memories together, and now we're all back and we're all representing on the biggest stage, and it's great to see them all do so well and be on this journey with them.
And as you said, you had lots of memories with them through the youth system. One of those was Jordan and the Under-17 World Cup. What was that experience like, and what have you taken away that you've most learned from that?
To be honest, that was probably my favourite youth tournament. I think it was amazing to go out to such a unique country. I personally don't think I ever would have visited Jordan, but when I went, it was such a different feel, and it was amazing to just throw yourself into it. And again, it was my first youth major tournament, and I think that it was such an experience. And obviously we lost to Japan, but at the time they were the world, well, our age group's best, and to test yourself against them players was great, and to get that experience at such a young age was amazing, and something that I'd love to continue on the senior stage.
For sure. And you made the decision to go out to the US for your college at UNC. What was that experience like? Was it everything you hoped for when you made that decision?
Yeah, honestly, it was everything and more. I think it was the best decision for me at that time. Obviously, the league right now is at a completely different place, and I'm loving being back in it. But when I was 17, going out to America, for me, it was the perfect fit. I think the culture of UNC and the women's soccer was really a good fit for me, because the talent that Anson, the head coach, had produced and the players that had been there in the past was something that I aspired to be, and if it was good enough for the likes of them, then it was definitely good enough for me. And I think that I learnt so much about myself and as a person, as well as on the pitch, and made amazing friends and had a great time, and obviously studied at a top school in the country. So I think that, yeah, the overall experience was something that I look back on with great pride.
And obviously it was probably a challenge leaving your family and friends, but also when I speak to a lot of players about their moves around the world, really, they talk about the different styles and how kind of that complements their game. Do you feel you developed that side of your game a lot?
Yeah, I think that obviously, in my opinion, the American game is a lot more transitional, and you have to be fitter, faster, stronger, and at that time, coming from youth football, it was something that I had to develop, and I think that it was great. I'd never really been a big fan of the gym, but when I went out there, I had to throw myself into it, because they used to make us max front squat in the off season, and I was thinking, oh my God, I don't even front squat, let alone max front squat. So yeah, it was an experience, but it was one that set me up for hopefully a long career now.
And you talked about Anson in the past, about how he's one of the best coaches you've ever worked with. With your current coaches, Mark obviously at club and Serena now at country, how have they influenced you, and how do they differ in terms of their style?
Yeah, I think they're all completely different, but ones that I all love working with. I think obviously Anson was great in America, and a little bit similar to Mark actually in terms of their values, and I think that I'm learning lots right now and I'm really enjoying the process of it all. And Mark is a really good player manager as well, like Anson was, so I'm really enjoying that side of it. And obviously Serena, you can't really learn from a better coach with her accolades recently, so I think that all of them demand high standards, and that's something that I like to demand of myself, so I think that it's great to be under such top class coaches.
For sure. And just going back to, we asked Lotte this earlier because she scored at the Emirates, you scored at the Old Trafford. You were a United fan, I think, growing up. Yeah. And now you're cementing the spot in the England setup. The opening of the Euros is at the Theatre of Dreams. Is this what dreams are made of?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually texted Lotte after the game and said, like, just wow, this is amazing. And then the week later she texted me the same thing, and I think that to come full circle with her was amazing, and she's a friend that I'll have for life, and to hopefully create many more memories with on and off the pitch. And I think that, yeah, like you said, the first game is at Old Trafford and it's going to be amazing, and I think that it really is the theatre of dreams. I always knew it was, but when you play on it and you step on the pitch, it's like, wow, this is amazing. So I think it's such an exciting time for women's football, so we all can't wait.
And England obviously seemed to have turned a corner in the last year. It was a bit of a blip after the 2019 World Cup. But do you feel that within the squad that you've turned this corner and that you're starting to be really positive, especially after the Arnold World Cup in February?
Yeah, I think obviously I'm still quite new to it all, but yeah, I feel like as a young player I feel really comfortable in the squad, and I feel like I can lean on older players, and I think that's crucial because when you do come in, there's no doubt that you are nervous and you are a bit apprehensive, and I think that when you feel comfortable in an environment, you're going to play your best football. So I think that that's really great here, and obviously there's so many talented players for me to learn off here, like Ellen White. Like, what more of a role model can you want as a number 9? So yeah, it's great.
And it's the 20-year anniversary of Bend It Like Beckham on Monday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think we worked out that you were 3 when it first came out. But did it have an influence on you? Is it a film that you watched growing up?
Yeah, it is. It was one of my favourite films when I was growing up. I used to love it. And she actually went to America as well. Obviously, when I watched it first, I didn't know that I was going to go to America. But yeah, it's a great film and one that I'll always turn on if I see it on. But I didn't know it was 20 years, but it's cool to see how far the game's grown.